my doctor was doing the thing where he touches me as a youth a lot, and then he was like, "Oh, what's that?" And then my dad goes, "I have one too." And the doctor goes, "Yep, that's a third nipple."
You got a timer set? Come on, guys, read.
Come on, Jonah.
Do the Kellen Keller and talk with your hips.
What?
Money was a big boy in the city.
303, remember from the show?
No.
All right, let's make all the noise right now.
Yeah.
Oh!
That was very like auditorily stimulating.
It was good. I'm gonna read. No, you're editing this. Pan it all like different directions too.
Oh, God. That's not happening.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 9th
Very
episode
loud.
of Pot. Don't talk over me.
I thought that was your thing.
See?
No, you got it.
You made me sick.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 9th episode of Podcast Anonymous. My name is Jeff.
My name is Reed.
I'm Jonah.
And we have been very busy,
Oh,
haven't we?
Yeah, we have been very busy.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on.
There was Vegas, which really sucked out all of our momentum and inertia. And then
It sure did.
Yep. And then I'm going out of town, so Reed is going to be editing this podcast. So if it sucks,
If it sucks, blame it on Jonah.
Yeah.
sounds good. For never learning how to edit like he said he was going
Yep.
to.
I said teach me.
Learn in your free time.
Yeah, I'm not paying you for that. But yes. So, but here we are, and I think you're going to do a great job. I think it's going to be so good that you're going to have to edit all of them.
That's why we're training Jonah.
That's why we're training Jonah. I actually found something for you to do, assuming you don't take on all the editing responsibilities.
Oh, man. Okay.
So I handle all the YouTube stuff. I post on YouTube. I do our YouTube Shorts, and I do our TikTok.
Yes.
And then Jonah here does our Instagram.
You clapping for Jeff?
No, for Jonah.
Oh, I thought we were clapping for
No,
me.
the second
would
that
you
said
clap
in,
then?
Jonah does the Instagram.
I deserve it.
It's sad.
Well, Jonah does the Instagram. Reed, you don't have anything to post shorts on.
I attempted Facebook.
You did, and I think that was just not worth the time.
No.
I think we all agreed on that. I have just found where you're going to be posting our shorts
Oh, God.
on our OnlyFans account.
Oh, my
This is
God.
apparently a thing. I heard Whitney Cummings talk about it. Like, her and Ari Shafir were talking about it. They're starting to put, like, specials and behind-the-scenes content on OnlyFans instead of Patreon as, like, a behind-the-paywall service.
Wow.
That's
what's
where
the
people are
benefit?
choosing to put it
Yeah.
instead of Patreon?
Yeah, like
They
people
take
who don't have
smaller
a...
cut or something? Why are they doing it?
I think it's just different.
Just to be different?
Yeah.
Just to like have that shock of like, oh, OnlyFans.
I think it's for the meme.
Whitney Cummings has an OnlyFans.
That's what I heard.
Is that what it's for?
I set our timer.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, it is for like clips of shows and like stuff.
Speaking of OnlyFans, I actually
Please,
have something.
speak of it.
I got something. I want to get your guys' opinion on.
Yeah, the
Ah.
age-old question.
So I have a buddy. No names will be shared. I have a buddy who I got a phone call from the other day, and he a girl that he really likes is starting an OnlyFans,
Mm-hmm.
And
she said to add this private story to see who's interested.
ooh, she patronized him.
Add the private story to see who's interested, and you'll get updates about the OnlyFans. Is there any way you can add that without being a fucking creep?
I mean, you're not a creep. You just your relationship with that person is now different.
It's over. Like if you want to,
Well, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you want to pursue anything that's remotely like a real friendship, gone.
She told him to subscribe to her
Not
OnlyFans?
him specifically. Just
It goes
She
out
just
to like
posted?
all of your Snapchat people, or yeah, you can just post it.
yeah.
But
I'm just
And
curious.
he likes her? Or he's just friends with her?
He likes her.
So he's wondering,
He's like.
can he
He's like
date somebody that
I
has an
think-
OnlyFans?
you know what? I think it should be a rule that if you know the person,
No.
you can't what's the word? Patronize their service.
I said there's no good way that you can come out on top.
Especially if he already likes her. Like, I could see it if you just kind of know this person and you're just like, oh, whatever. That's a thing that you do, you know? I've never been on the website, so I wouldn't know anything about it. But
Spoken like a real person that's been on the website.
I don't even know what font they use or what color the background is or what kind of moving GIF they have at the
And
top.
they don't take $150 a month out of my paycheck.
I don't know what subscriptions I pay for. But anyways. No. But if somebody you know but you barely know, that's probably fine. But like if you started an OnlyFans, I would not be able to use it and still like do this podcast. That would probably be a problem.
Do they have a
That's
thing?
fair.
If Jonah started an OnlyFans, I would film the content.
If you post
Absolutely.
on OnlyFans, do they have a thing where it's like block accounts that are in my contacts?
they have to.
like
they have
your
to.
phone contacts.
I would imagine. Shall we peruse the website?
No,
No, probably
God.
not.
Oh, look at
No.
that. I'm still logged in. Always
So you
save your
made a
passwords for
OnlyFans?
quicker. No, I haven't done anything with that yet.
But
I just
you're
heard it
going
today.
to.
I think it's a good idea. I mean, this is a democracy.
Careful. Just be careful.
Just a blanket statement.
Well, here's the thing. Reed's the only one here with a girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if he is the best or the worst one to run our OnlyFans.
Ooh.
Depends on.
Is OnlyFans like Instagram? Like if you're an OnlyFans creator, can you just like scroll?
Sans Bit. I actually have no idea. I've actually never been on the site.
Oh,
Sans Bit.
I
don't-
just know
what?
it as a general thing. You know.
I know
I
Tyga
don't know
owns
what
it.
it looks like.
Really?
He owns it.
He
That's
bought
insane.
it. At least I think.
Very
That's
Ty-
interesting.
that's a very Tyga thing to do. To buy OnlyFans.
He was on it for a little bit, and then I think he bought it.
What are you typing?
Does Tyga own OnlyFans? Oh, OnlyFans.com.
And it's a
Weren't
different,
you
it's a
just on
different color.
OnlyFans?
You know when you like click on a
Yeah, the purple link.
Purple. I've never been on this.
So-
what does this mean?
Tyga was gonna start his own OnlyFans when OnlyFans. Remember, like during like end of COVID, when OnlyFans was like, no more nudity. We're not
I
doing that
remember
anymore.
Yeah.
So-
And they failed.
What's the
Yeah. What's the
so
point?
It's back to nudity.
It
I
never
think-
left.
They just said it and got so much backlash.
Here's the thing:
that-
if anything, if you take any lessons from what happened to Tumblr, it's once you take the nudity out of a website, it goes downhill.
Bro, Tumblr was like filtered Reddit. It was like the best parts of Reddit.
Filtered?
Reddit,
it got rid of all the fluff.
like Reddit's got a lot
it was
of
just
I
fluff.
see.
like
You're right.
And Tumblr was like,
We know you want fan fiction.
Yep.
You want furry content, and you want nude cosplays.
for some.
And that's all we have.
that's what Tumblr was. I don't
I don't know. I've never been on.
You
it.
know, like what Reddit needs to start doing
What?
when you create a new account. It's
What?
like almost like a website builder. Oh, what do you want this account for? But Reddit should be like furry cosplay, Overwatch NSFW.
Pinterest does that.
Really?
I mean, I don't think they have any of that. But like at the beginning, you pick the stuff you want.
That's what
Yeah.
Reddit needs to start doing.
Yeah. I don't think
They
any of
do
them
do that.
was furry content or Overwatch NSFW, whatever that stands for.
Are you saying they
You
should
don't know what
do-
that stands for?
I've never heard of such a thing.
Shut up, Jonah.
I know what it stands for. Because I've been on Reddit before.
Oh.
So it's got the tag.
Oh.
Mhm.
I've never heard it anywhere else.
This is a NSFW friendly podcast.
So
I
that
think-
kind of content is allowed here?
That's.
Up for interpretation.
I think we're pretty safe for work, actually. Yes, I know what it means. I think we do pretty good.
I think we do as well.
We say
Except
a
for
curse
this-
word.
except for this
Yeah,
podcast.
Except for this one, yeah. Yeah. Call us Mormons again. We know what NSFW means.
Well, you don't.
Right. I just learned.
Just now.
Yep.
From us not talking
Yep.
about it.
Yep.
All right.
Context
Osmosis.
clues.
Learn through osmosis.
So
Carry
what's
on.
it mean? No. Well, you got
So
it.
anyway, I have a new fear.
Okay.
Did you guys hear about what happened in Korea recently?
Ooh, I did hear
I
about
didn't hear about that.
So it was like a Halloween thing, and everybody was just out.
Oh, the stampede
Yeah.
shit.
So the term that was used was called crowd surge. Have you heard of a crowd
Is that
surge?
that.
Korean?
I've not heard of a crowd surge before.
So
No, that's not Korean.
it was then.
Say Say it again.
Crowd surge.
You just took something that was a little funny and made it unusable.
I'm
Crowd
editing
surge?
This.
I
That's
hate
gonna
that.
be
Oh,
cut.
Crowd surge?
Thank you. What-
Crowd surge. Crowd surge.
Oh.
That sounds
okay.
like Crowder's like cousin.
That's some,
It's Crowder's OnlyFans.
Crowd surge.
You want to see a crowd surge?
God, that's
I
what
only
he would
surge
be.
liberal tears.
That's what his like ultimate power would be if he was a superhero. Crowd surge.
And a wave of racism and anti-women just goes throughout. So anyway, there was a crowd surge, and like I think 150 people died.
153
Mm.
to be specific.
Thank you.
154 the last time I heard.
You didn't hear about the story.
No, I was like, I don't think so.
So anyway,
And then- you're being a dick today. You're being a
so apparently it's like a crowd, right? Picture a crowd.
Yeah.
And then like it gets compressed.
Mhm.
And there's two forms. There's one where like the back of the crowd starts pushing. And so everybody's being compressed that way. And once it gets to the middle, there's so much inertia from all the people pushing that it's the strength of all the people behind you pushing you. So it gets so compressed that your chest gets so compressed that you can't breathe, like your lungs can't expand. And that's usually how people die.
Yeah.
The second one is one where in the front people start falling, and that causes like a domino effect of tripping, and then that's how you get the stampede where you're getting like trampled and bodies
Is
on
this
top of you.
So this was a moving crowd?
I believe so. Yeah,
Like their purpose was to be going somewhere.
I believe so.
Like it wasn't stand
you know?
still, and then the back people were trying to get closer to something.
I don't think it was an Astro World situation, but something like that.
Huh.
But it made me think of something. Do you remember Vegas?
Yeah.
Do you remember the When We Were Young concert? Not to bring it up again, but we did go and we had a
did a
fantastic
whole
time.
I remember.
episode.
Yeah. Most of it.
Do you remember during the end ever turning back behind you and feeling comfortable and good, probably for other reasons than safety, but then being like, wow, I couldn't, like, if I wanted to just get out, it would be really, really difficult. Like, I can't see where people end.
That
I
thought
can't
scares
see
me.
it.
Yeah.
And then realizing if this did happen, if an Astro World happened, how long it would take somebody to get to you, or the thought of breaking it up, or the thought of you pushing against the strength of thousands and thousands of people just to
Well,
be
yeah.
swallowed up and either compressed so much you can't expand your lungs again,
Yeah.
or that you get sucked down to the bottom and then you get stood on and trampeded.
Yeah.
That is terrifying.
So that's my new fear.
Rightfully so. I didn't really think about it
Like
that.
at the concert, I remember being like, "Yo, if an Astro World happened, that would be crazy. Like this would be dangerous."
I could die.
That was not
I'm
my
in
biggest
danger.
fear there.
That was not your biggest fear
Uh-uh.
there? Well, we were worried about like shootings and stuff at that point.
Yeah.
There was a
like,
big
as
fear
soon as we
of-
got in the gates, I was like, a lot of people, a lot of buildings.
A lot of buildings.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
really?
was
A lot
There's
of
buildings.
lot of sniper positions for
Oh,
sure, for
okay.
sure.
Didn't that already happen in Vegas once?
It
Yeah,
did. It wasn't.
a year or two ago.
Was it there? That's where they do all the concerts.
It wasn't at a concert, I don't think.
Okay.
Oh man.
I think it was just like on the strip or something. Like somebody just went crazy.
No, I remember it being a crowd because like the guy was like in a Overwatch area, safe for
Huh.
work Overwatch.
Maybe we're
Overwatch
talking
area.
about different ones. The
I
one I
think-
heard about was like he got a hotel room and then just was shooting people from his hotel room.
Just random.
And there's a clip, Dan Bilzerian, you know him?
The comedian?
No. The king of Instagram guy, super jacked on steroids, and hangs out with all the women.
Yeah.
There's a clip of him. He was around the shooting when it happened, and everybody's like running away and stuff. And he runs up to a cop that's like behind a car or something. He's like, "Dude, let me get a gun." He's like, "Let me get your gun. I used to be in the military." And the cop's like, "Dude, I don't fucking know you." He's like,
I'm Dan Bilzerian.
Get out of here.
Are you the guy that eats the liver?
Yeah.
No.
It was pretty like cringy. Just yeah.
Oh.
He just got turned down.
Do you think Liver King is on steroids?
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. Do you know who Liver King is?
100%.
100%.
Do you think Liver King's
To both
circumcised?
questions.
Ooh.
Yes.
If he is,
You think so?
Yes.
if he is, that's the most subprimal thing.
Yes,
ever.
but he's trying to grow it back.
actively.
Because Liver King did
Yeah.
become Liver King later in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
Do you think what's that like stuff you can put on your face to grow facial hair?
Jeff
Except
knows.
He's just putting that.
minoxidil.
He put minoxidil.
Just
in his
minoxidil all over his tip.
Wait, what is Rogaine or whatever?
Minoxidil.
Oh, that's just the.
That's the chemical.
Okay.
He's putting that all just to see if he can grow
Just
it back.
all over it.
Yep.
So the Las Vegas shooting was at a country music festival.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Route 91.
I don't know what you just said. What?
It was at the same place we were at.
Really?
Yeah, literally.
Wow.
Literally the same exact place, the Las Vegas
Wow.
Festival grounds.
How does that make you feel?
Itchy.
I'm going again next year.
Dang, that's actually insane.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Which is more likely? That
Mm-hmm.
or the crowd search?
Probably the. You guys want to move to Europe, Canada, or something?
Paramore's doing a UK tour. We could go to that instead.
So
it's kinda sad.
I'm gonna talk about this really briefly because I don't know a lot about it. Taylor Swift announced her tour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Get to it. Get to it.
Never seen anything. I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen any artist have this kind of a chokehold on like getting tickets for a concert. Her tickets are gonna sell out in seconds.
Yep.
Like seconds,
Really?
they're gonna sell
Mhm.
out. Yes, Paramore is playing.
Paramore is
Taylor-
going to be on the Taylor Swift tour.
one show. It's the very first show.
In
Is that
Phoenix.
when was the last time Taylor Swift was on
Glendale
tour?
specifically.
Mm.
They're very close to Phoenix.
On tour?
Yeah.
Taylor Swift 4 years ago.
Is
Yeah.
this what the big acts are doing now? They're going on breaks and stuff just to
I think
like Blink
I think a lot of
and now Taylor
people
Swift.
Well, Blink, yes. I think a lot of people though like didn't tour right before COVID, and then COVID happened, and then
That's
they kind of
true.
dragged their
COVID was
feet
too-
getting back
yeah.
into it. And
Yeah.
they're like, if we wait a little bit, we can be like, oh,
Yeah.
I think it just worked out for a lot of people.
Mm.
I just think it's gonna be insane. I've never seen this before. I mean, I've like waited in line to get tickets. I've waited in queues to get online sales for
Q's nice.
nice.
Yeah.
I've been waiting in line to like get
Mhm.
tickets before. But everything I'm seeing about this, I also all this information I'm getting from my girlfriend.
Are you guys gonna go?
She is, and I'm gonna try to get tickets for her.
Nice. Well, if you can, get 4.
No,
As
Are you
a
trying to go?
surprise or no?
Yeah.
no, she's.
Are you going to Glendale?
We actually looked into it. No, we're gonna try to go Philly.
Why not? Let's.
Taylor Swift is already that big of a deal,
Uh-huh.
and getting tickets to her show is gonna be near impossible.
Mm.
Getting tickets to the show that Paramore is also at,
Mm-hmm.
it is going to be much more
Well,
difficult.
when
as well.
I get 4 tickets to that show, you can sell yours and use the profit to buy them off of me.
Okay, understood.
Yep. Sounds good.
I just wanted to go on that little tangent.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, back to the crowd search thing real quick. I just want to bring up that. Do you remember my worst fear, guys?
Yes.
Being buried alive.
Not buried. You remember.
Being stuck in a super tiny place, right?
Specifically. In what?
Cave.
No.
Coffin.
No.
Spugling.
No. Cast
Spelunking.
iron.
Remember?
Remember?
Being cast
In iron.
Wait, now I'm confused. Is your fear that you're going to actually, like, you don't want molten iron to be poured
No.
on
In
you?
this vision, it just forms around me magically. Like, there's no burning.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
like, well,
Huh.
there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, I think a crowd surge is probably the closest I'm ever going to get to that. So,
Okay, it's the same thing. You're
Yeah.
just stuck. You can't
Yeah.
do anything. Understood.
Ugh.
Got it.
oh, if you ever get in a crowd surge, the most important thing, keep standing if possible and use your arms to protect your chest. Like just form the strongest, or even if the rest of you is getting smushed,
Yeah.
just protect your chest and give that a cage so you can still breathe. And then walk backwards diagonally when it. What?
Climb on the shoulders of the person in front of you
Uh huh.
so that you get your chest is free. You can't get compressed.
There you
Ah.
go. A better
and then
option.
you're crowd surfing.
I was just gonna say, crowd surf your way to freedom. Everybody that went to Warped Tour and saw 303 safe.
Nice.
You guys ever heard of a familiar?
Like the magical pet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would love to have a familiar.
No.
You've never heard of a familiar?
No, what is that?
So back in the ancient times, the witch times,
I hate the witch hunters.
So did the witches. They really hated it.
Jonah, you would be a witch.
Absolutely.
What do you mean?
He is a witch, practically.
Yeah.
He like worships trees and stuff.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
like
worship
You're like
trees?
you're like a granola boy.
You go to the park
How are you guys
like
gonna...
once a day.
You look like if the Nature Valley bar was a human.
You know how there's soy boys?
Yeah.
You're just a granola boy.
I'd rather be that than a soy boy.
What's wrong with being a soy boy?
I don't know. I
That.
feel like it has... Yeah.
That's what's wrong with being a soy boy.
It's a soy face. I'm like Keith from that thing.
So if you're a soy boy
Uh-huh.
and
I'm
Jonah,
definitely a soy boy.
Jonah is a granola boy, what does
Mhm.
that make me?
You're a freaking nerd.
I was not. It's not nearly
Wait.
as cool.
Food-wise?
Just
No.
anything.
What?
Soy?
Nobody's talking about food, okay?
Granola? Are we not talking about food here?
Jonah is hungry.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know the worst insult someone's ever told me?
What? That you were a freaking nerd?
No.
No.
I had someone. It was another good friend of mine to my face, straight up said, "I hope that you spill a Nature Valley bar in your bed."
Ugh. That's odd.
It hurt my feelings,
Sometimes
man.
people really come up with a unique...
You know what?
Something so unique like that.
You
and
know
it
what I
just
used to
hurts
tell
so
people
much
when I
more.
really wanted to do that specific thing?
You know what I was saying when you cut me off?
Yeah. It's called interjection when I have a point.
Okay. But I kept going with what I was saying, so
Uh-huh.
you should have been like, oh, let me...
No, I think you were coming to a good close at the end of your statement. There was like a period approaching, so I just got us there quicker. You know what I mean? Ellipses. I was your ellipses. Well, anyway, I used to tell like Kurt all the time, I hope you forget everything that makes you who you are.
Whoa.
Which I didn't realize at the time was
Jesus
me
Christ.
telling him that I hope he gets Alzheimer's. Which was not the connection that I was trying to make.
At least if he actually gets it, he won't remember that you
well,
told him that.
the problem is then his dad got Alzheimer's.
Oh! You're an asshole.
That is probably like the deepest cutting insult that you can say to somebody.
I didn't know.
Where did that come from?
Sure.
Were you like
You
really mad at...
manifested this,
Was it
Jeff.
after he fired you?
No, it was way before. It was back when we
Okay.
were in college.
Okay. Is that why he fired
He's still in
I hope
college.
so. He's
He's still in college.
But anyway, familiars.
Yes, familiars.
Yeah.
So, but originally they were demons in the form of animals. And
Okay.
so witches would have them. And
Are they
used
like
to-
specific to a person? Like you
Yeah.
have your own familiar,
Mhm.
and that demon is yours.
Mhm. And it would like follow you wherever you go. So if you have like a little raccoon demon, it would just follow you and help you do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how they would feed them?
Wait, help you do stuff?
Yeah, help you do stuff like evil stuff. Help you
Oh.
collect like snakes and brambles for your brew.
Would it convince you to do evil?
You know, you just collect your snakes and brambles for
Where-
your brew.
Come on, dude.
For the brew.
For the witch brew.
What are you? What is this? This is like a millennial.
We're talking about
2015
witches.
brewery?
I'm just trying to follow.
This
We're
is
making
like a-
kombucha, actually. But anyway, and they would feed it by like they would have like a third nipple and they would drink from it and it would be like blood. Real stuff.
The demons had 3 nipples?
No, the witch would have a third nipple. And that was the devil's teat, is what they would call it. So that's why if you had a third nipple,
All
they'd be like,
witches?
witch! It's not all. Not everybody got a familiar.
I think there was
Just the
just a
Eastern
woman
Euro-
with a
Eastern
birth
European.
defect that they called a witch.
Yeah, that was like
It's
most
like,
of it,
We'll
actually.
remember you.
I mean, I have a third nipple.
No, you don't.
Witch.
Yes, I do.
No, you
Witch.
don't.
I'm medically
Witch.
confirmed to have a third nipple.
I've never seen it.
Witch. He's a witch.
Get him.
Witch.
That's gross.
We got to make a brew.
That's a mole, dude.
No, the doctor told me.
How old were you?
16.
What was the name of your doctor?
Probably
Why did you
something
go?
Indian. Or according to Kanye, Jewish.
Hold on. Were you like?
Hey yo.
Mm.
Were you like? This is a third nipple, right? And he was
No.
like at his computer, like, yeah, whatever.
I was getting
give
one
a
of those
shit.
things where the doctors touch you a
Whatever
lot.
you want. What is?
Where the doctors like touch
Mammogram?
you. Yeah. But
know what that
I was
is.
the age. I was the age where when my doctor made me get naked and do jumping jacks and touch me, my dad was still in the room at the time. So
18.
That's an age.
I guess 18? That seems a little old.
Wait, that happened to
y'all's-
you too?
You guys dads have left the doctor's rooms?
How do I know he loves me if he doesn't go to the doctor's room? But yeah, so my doctor was doing the thing where he touches me as a youth a lot, and then he was like, "Oh, what's that?" And then my dad goes, "I have one too." And the doctor goes, "Yep, that's a third nipple."
Dang.
Get it removed.
Why?
If it's a nipple, get it removed.
You
If
don't
it's
have
a
to.
mole, get it removed.
Lots of people have a third nipple. Mark Wahlberg has a third nipple.
Oh, I think I heard about that, but I
Yeah.
don't believe it.
So anyways, as my third nipple would say, I actually did have a familiar at one point.
You,
I had a familiar.
Jeffrey Russo, had a familiar.
Hmm. Not in the devil sense, though. Wasn't a demon. It was just an animal. But it was the type of animal that like would just follow you around everywhere.
Was
and
it
you could just
a
have
real
it.
animal?
Yes. A real
What animal?
live animal, and it was a squirrel.
No, dude, they just do that.
No, no, Grandpa.
Here's the thing.
You remember Grandpa?
Here's the thing.
You never met Grandpa.
Can you time him out for a second?
Just because he's editing doesn't mean he has the
If you find
Continue.
if you find a stranded baby animal and you bring it home and you take care of it and raise it, that's not a familiar, okay? That thing will think that you're its caretaker and will hang out with you always.
like a familiar.
Yeah, except the part where it's like
It would also
you
go
raised
around
it.
and help me get snakes and brambles from my brew. Except that brew was kombucha.
Do you think that like early 1300 witches invented kombucha?
No, I think they
No.
invented lesbianism.
Kombucha was definitely made on accident, right?
So
I
we
had to
all
suck it back.
we all agree that I had a pet squirrel,
Yes, you had a pet squirrel, not a familiar.
and it was my familiar.
You had a pit.
So anyway,
yeah.
you had a bad take.
A bad take.
If you have more than 2 nipples,
You should
hear me
die.
out. Hear me out. If you have more than 2 nipples,
Okay.
but you cannot see any more than 2 when you're wearing a shirt and you can see like
When you're wearing a,
2,
a shirt and it's nippy.
yeah, then you don't have 3 nipples.
Okay, well, doctors would disagree with you.
I'm just saying.
That's why it's bad take.
That's why it's a bad take. But I saw your nipple,
Which one? This one?
yeah, earlier, and then I was like,
Oh.
well, I've never seen the third one, so 2 nipples.
Hey, Reed.
That seems very nipplist.
It does. Just because my nipples are smaller and less perky, they're not
But I think I'm like
worthy.
the first one to do it, so it hasn't caught on yet. I can't get in trouble for it, right?
If you invent an ism, but you're the first one to do it, you're
I don't think
okay.
it works like that.
No, yeah. I mean,
Kanye would beg to differ.
Oh my god.
morally, it might not be.
There's
but like,
someone a lot bigger that did a lot worse things.
you're into video games, right?
Yes.
How did you feel about the Henry Cavill thing?
I'm hurt.
Yeah.
Well,
Did you watch the show?
The Witcher?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I played the games and I read the books.
So,
So-
do you like agree with him for the reason that he left?
He left because he disagreed with the creative vision of
Mhm.
the directors,
Yeah.
which is 100% valid. Because the way, I mean, the
But, like-
books are the source material.
Yeah.
The video games followed the books pretty tightly. I mean, we had some creative free, like you gotta, it's a video game. You gotta make it, can't have all the political hoorah and she did this and he did that.
Right.
Because it has to be a fun game. But then the show, which did the earlier seasons did follow it more close. Oh, I didn't even mean to. Oh, sorry, Jeff.
What are you guys talking about?
It's okay. You don't have to listen. Welcome back to Jonah and I's podcast, where we talk about pop culture.
I hear Henry Cavill has a big old peepee.
That makes sense. In short, I agree with him.
Yeah. I can see
I listen
that.
to this other podcast and they call him horse dong.
Wow.
Like anytime they say horse dong, they're referring to.
To Henry Cavill.
Wow.
Oh, speaking of nicknames, we need nicknames.
No.
Short
no, we
dick.
don't.
I was listening. Hold on.
Small dick.
I have ideas.
Tiny dick. Nicknames?
So I was listening to Flagrant. You know Flagrant?
I don't.
I've
but
heard of it.
It's Andrew Schultz podcast.
Right.
Andrew Schultz, one of the most funniest guys I've ever heard in my life.
What did he say on his podcast?
We'll get to that. I did the thing where I was looking for podcasts to listen to, and I just went to all the other comedians' podcasts that I don't listen to, and just went to the episodes that had Andrew Schultz and just listened to that.
Nice.
So they have a guy on their podcast named Shifty.
Shifty.
I was like, man,
That's cool.
that's cool. You know, got a little guy named Shifty. He's kind of shifty. He's got a little alter ego.
Did he earn the name like on the podcast, or they were just always calling?
They
him
didn't get into it in the episode about Kanye I listened to today. But there's so much Kanye to.
There's a lot of
There's
stuff
so much yay. But I have suggestions for names.
Okay.
I think Jonah should be Stretch.
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 Look at him. Look at him. Doesn't he look like a stretch? You look like somebody took a normal person and went, oh, and just pulled him a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Like they did it, but I didn't go back all the way.
Like when you pull a rubber band too much, you pull it a lot and it just kind of stays long, but it's not stretchy anymore.
This is news to me. I didn't know you saw me that way.
You're a little stretchy.
Okay.
Hey, if it applies everywhere, that's good for you.
Yeah, what's
Wow.
up, Stretch?
See, doesn't it
Honestly,
feel
it
good?
feels
Don't
Yeah.
try
That
to
feels
make it a
good,
good
man.
thing.
That feels
Oh.
nice. That feels good. We're gonna
Ah.
rock with that, honestly.
Reed should be marbles. Because
Marble?
you look like you have a bag of marbles and like
Oh.
one of them's your favorite and you might give me one. You're like, I like this one, but it's not my favorite, but you can have it.
But the game is, where are they?
You'll
The
never,
pocket.
you'll
My
never
guess is in the
beanie.
beanie.
100%. 100%.
You'll never catch me without this. And then I'll get a haircut one day and I'll walk in without the beanie and be like, I lost my marbles.
Boo.
Your name?
My name.
Wait.
Please don't cut it so we can just have that happen.
Yeah.
I had a couple ideas for mine. Number one, horse dong. You know, obvious reasons.
Stupid, and I respect you less as a person.
Number two, just the leader. You know, thought that could be cool. That could be
Doesn't
cool.
really suit you.
Nope.
Number three, big dog. You know, classic, easy.
I agree with the first. I'm gonna do a remix on that.
Okay.
Big
What?
cat.
Big cat.
Big cat.
You're
Big
a cat.
cat.
You're
I've been
not
had a
dog.
lot of
Big cat.
dreams where I'm
Rawr.
strangling big cats.
Welcome to Jeff's execution podcast.
Intervention, I think is the word you were looking for.
No. Execution.
Oh, cool. Cool. So I did all the nickname work. How about you guys come up with mine?
That doesn't make sense because you only gave us one, and then
Oh,
you
I
gave
got it.
yourself three, and now you're asking us to give you more nicknames.
Well, because you guys don't like any of the ones I came up with. You guys were instant winners, so we're going with that.
I
We
have
got
it.
Stretch
I got
and
it.
Marbles.
Don't worry.
For Jeff,
Yeah, this is for Jeff.
Huh?
Squish.
Squish.
that's
The opposite of
pretty good.
Stretch. And they took my normal sized height and arms and made them all go tiny, and it just
Squish.
squished out my belly a little bit.
That's Jeff's nickname.
All right, we got Squish, Stretch, and Marbles.
Yep.
If this
Ladies
is
and gentlemen, welcome back to the 9.5 episode of Podcasters Anonymous. My name is Squish.
My name is Marbles.
Stretch,
My name is Squish.
My name is Marbles.
I'm Stretch.
And I'm Stretch. Jesus, Stretch, what are you doing?
I don't.
Yeah,
Do we have
Stretch.
to do this? Are we doing this?
That's
Is this
official.
actually this is staying in?
Yes,
Forever.
it's amazing.
Okay.
We gotta make stretch merch.
We'll set a stretch goal for that first, though. I think we could reach it, but it might be a stretch.
Oh,
Jeff is so back and forth today.
Jeez.
Between what?
Between like that's okay, that's kind of funny, and just like oh, there's
He
nothing
lives
there.
his life in extremes.
I love how there's no. Oh, that was really funny. It's okay, and then it's.
I didn't want to
off.
give you too much credit.
Careful, my head might stretch.
See,
Hey Reed, what was your first job?
My first job ever.
Mhm.
I was a busboy
nice.
at
Where
a
at?
Mediterranean restaurant where the owner was very verbally abusive to all the staff, and I actually quit that job by throwing my towel at him.
You threw a towel?
I was 14.
So you threw in the towel.
I
Yep.
literally threw in the towel on my
That's
first
awesome.
job.
I love that.
And then
How long did you work there?
Probably 6 months.
It's a decent.
What was
Yeah.
your hourly rate?
Ooh, I made tips.
So $2 an hour.
Yeah, roughly.
Got it.
Jeez.
No.
What was your first job?
My first job. Well, as the complicated man that I am, that's a hard question to answer.
What? Was that a response or that just came out of you?
Squish.
Gonna say. I
Whenever Jeff walks,
it's squish, not squish.
tomato.
So I technically have been, a gigging musician since I was very young. So that could count, one could say. But I think my actual first job was being a Liberty Tax sign waiver.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You were that guy?
I was that guy.
That
And you know
makes
what? I
sense.
was damn good, too.
Mhm.
Did you do the full get up?
Full get up. Full Liberty Tax uniform. I would always try to get the red one because that was the spicy one. And there was one sign that I liked too because it had 2 handles while the other one only had 1.
Ooh.
And then that's how you
Twice
could
the
do
tricks.
like the good stuff. Yeah,
You
dude.
did like a 360 backwards double YY kickflip.
The helicopter was a big one.
Okay.
Kind of basic.
Hmm.
Kind of like
Any
the
under
first
the leg movements?
That's what the helicopter is. You're thinking of just a spin. You just call it
Twirl?
a spin. That's not a helicopter.
What that?
What's
Helicopter's
the helicopter?
under your legs.
What?
What do you do
You're
under your
levitating?
legs?
You do the spin, right? But you do it under your legs, and then you're like kicking your legs with it. It's more of a gallop motion.
Mm.
And if you really want to, you can like cross your legs every time you do it.
No one can see what you're doing, so it just looks like you're having like a
Take
seizure.
the wide and punch in on my
I'm
legs.
not doing that.
Young Jeff, late middle school, early high school, shows up at the Liberty Tax place. It's right next to a barber shop where he bought weed for the first time. Comes in, got hair down to here, really emo. Got a beanie on. I got a studded belt with a
God.
skull like belt buckle
Yep,
on.
yep.
Probably a really too tight Paramore shirt, really skinny jeans.
Oh God.
I remember that, Jeff.
I take off my beanie.
I don't miss that, Jeff.
I go to the closet where they keep the Liberty Tax uniforms, throw it on, step to the bathroom to have a quick vape break before it's time for work.
Vape break.
Vape break. And then step outside. I take my corded iPhone headphones, the kind where like they didn't go into your ear. It was like a flat like screen
It
of
just,
like
like,
metal
sat
with dots
there.
in them.
Yeah.
Yep. Ran them up my uniform, put them in, grabbed my iPod Touch,
Oh man.
threw on the new Juicy J album,
Oh God.
popped it in, and just went to work. And did that until I got cold. And then I just stopped because I didn't have hours.
That's like the first thing in a long time that's made me, well, maybe the first thing ever that's made me feel old. Like the old Apple earbuds really brought it back for me.
Yeah. Yep.
Like there's the actual circle.
It's just a circle.
Before they
with the
even
ma-
changed it to like the in-ear thing
Yeah.
that like formed,
Yeah.
it was just literally like a
If you
tennis
wanted to
racket.
hear bass, you had to like push them into your ears a little bit because they didn't go all the way in.
Ugh.
You know, like you remember having corded headphones and like walking around your house, like your phone in your pocket, and the cord gets like
Yes.
stuck on stuff,
Oh.
and it's the
Immediate
most
anger.
like so unnaturally infuriating and nothing. And that's a shared experience, right?
Yeah.
The amount of times I've heard somebody say that. Everybody understands that feeling. But that feeling is just gone now.
It doesn't.
It
is.
doesn't exist
It
anymore.
doesn't, no.
We solved a problem.
Somebody did. I can't even imagine.
Was it Kanye?
No.
Was it a thing? Was it like cool in your high school? Like the people that like they put it up under their
Oh,
shirt
I was
and
that
like
guy.
out the hoodie.
I was
and they're
that
just
guy
dangling.
every day. I threaded up my
No.
my stuff and I put it up here,
Yeah.
and I would let one sit. Here's again, theater of the mind. I would bring my OG Apple AirPods up.
Mm-hmm.
I would tuck one of them in my front pocket of my shirt, and I would throw the other one up in my left ear.
Wow.
Yeah.
And would you just sit like this the whole?
A lot of the times I would do like one of these numbers, but then a lot of the times it's just a very visible white cord that's just sitting right here.
You know, we used to take our sleeve, have it all the way up, and we were emo, right? So like our hoodies like went far beyond our hand, and then you would take your little vape pen and you would stick it like in your, and you would just sit like this, and then you hold it, and you just very slowly just.
That's an epidemic, dude.
I'm still going.
Ugh. Yeah, assholes like you are the reason that I wasn't allowed to go to the bathroom my entire senior year.
That's illegal.
Yeah, it was. They kept like getting stricter and stricter with like the bathroom policy because all the kids would go and vape
Mm-hmm.
together, and like until it was like, you can't go to the bathroom except during the bell, like during in between bells or whatever. So it's like, you got that, you can't go during class.
I would have pissed my pants,
Yeah,
like as protest.
yeah, it was ridiculous.
Like when you wore a diaper.
Like when I wore a diaper, except that was different.
Do you care to explain?
I feel like we've talked about it before.
We
have
haven't.
we not?
Not on the
We haven't.
podcast.
Not on a podcast that's made it.
You should have. You know what? You had your chance.
I feel like that needs to be a whole thing. Like
You had your chance on the
We'll
last
talk about
episode
it later.
On the
Jeff
last
because we
wore-
saw Paramore.
You know
We
what?
were
Giving
at a
away too much.
festival.
Giving away too much.
Yeah.
So the fear was of the guys like the scene from like the old 80s movies of all the kids who like got out of class at the same time and they're all just
Yeah.
sitting there smoking cigarettes with
Yeah.
like the window slightly open.
Yeah.
That I remember doing that, except it was vapes, and it was just me and all my friends that we got out of class at the same time. We're like at not 6:45, it'd be like 2:45.
Uh-huh.
Go use the bathroom. We'd all meet at the same bathroom. We'd just pull out our box mods and just be like,
Oh God. You one of those
and just be
fucking
like, man,
guys.
Sarah. Oh.
I'm so fucking stressed, man.
It's like you just got done working a 12-hour day of construction.
It's like,
I gotta go home to these
chill.
fucking kids. Oh God.
Dude, I got a test coming up right now, man. I'm about to go.
Mom's
history.
making baked spaghetti again. Fuck.
I have to go to my dad's today.
Okay, too real.
My mom's drinking again.
All right, maybe you did need the fare. But the other kids. Okay. All right. Calm them down. Calm them
So,
down.
speaking of feeling old,
Yeah.
you know what I realized the other day?
What?
What?
I'm gonna be 24 in like 4 weeks.
Wow.
Wait. In the arms of an angel. Dun, 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 dun,
Hey.
dun, dun, dun.
2022, I'm 24. I'll do another 10. 2032,
Okay.
I'm 30.
You've never fucked up Bo that bad. And that was just
How else was I supposed to do it?
do it the right way so people know what you're talking about.
2020, I'll be 30. I'll do
So you were
another
fucking it up on
10.
purpose.
Well, I was trying to make it work with the numbers that apply to me at this current state. Yeah. It's called improv, and you did not yes and.
I'm scared that you're not going to be successful before you turn 30.
Dude, here's
For you, not
here's
for me.
the
I'm
thing,
scared
Jonah.
for you.
No, that makes it better.
Yeah.
I went on a spiral, dude. Like when I realized this, I'm just thinking like, man,
You're not halfway there though.
I haven't. You don't know how old.
well,
I'll be.
like in the decade,
You're right.
not obviously.
But
you know
like
what I mean.
the things I haven't done, the things I have done, and like it's like
Which-
over a quarter of my life
Which
Let's,
causes you
actually-
more like stress? The things you've done or not done?
not done. Because the things I've done, I'm just like, that was fun.
Real quick. Let's get deep.
Yeah.
So I also will be turning 24, not at the end of this year, but
Mm.
in the beginning of next year.
Okay.
And I've had this thought a lot recently as well, that I'm not quite going to be 25, but again, I'm not going to, more than likely, I'm not going to live to be 100.
Right. So it's
So
over a quarter
it's
of your
over
year.
a quarter of my life,
your life,
has
yeah.
been lived so far.
Yep.
And I don't, like, you look back at, when you were in middle school, when you're in high school, and when you were in college, and you're like, all these different people, but it's interesting that the life decisions that you make change who you what when you're gonna be in the future.
Yeah.
And it's just thought that I've been having a lot recently.
The things that you thought you were going to do, and you were doing things in such a way, like going to school for a certain thing with this life path in mind, and then you get out of college and you're doing absolutely nothing that you thought you were going to be doing.
You're not doing it.
The people that you know when you're all the different stages, and you're like, this guy, I'm going to know this guy forever. He's going to be the best man at my wedding. And then you don't return his phone calls anymore because he's got a kid and he's racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Freaking
just-
crazy, dude.
It's kind of, I wouldn't say like sad isn't the like actual descriptor. I
It
would
feels
use.
sad.
It's
Like it's
but the
not sad,
feeling of
but it
sad.
feels sad. It's
Yeah.
melancholy, I guess
Yeah.
is what you would call it. But like, boy, does it feel sad.
Like you look back on oh, life used to be simpler. But I feel like when I'm 30 or when I'm 40, I'm going to look back at when I was 30, when I was this age, and be like, oh, life was simple, you know?
Yeah.
So it's all like a matter of perspective.
And such a year too, for us at least, of like not only like about to be over a quarter years old or whatever of your life, but also like all the things that have changed in just this year. That like, if you would have told 3 year ago me what was happening right now, he would be like so freaked out.
Yeah.
Like he would be in like, it would be so crazy.
Like if I told high school me that he was going to be doing this, not this, like not podcasting like in this moment,
But the life that you're living.
Yeah, the life that I'm living now, it would be a lot of confusion. Like, why?
Why?
Why? Like,
I'm still trying to figure that one out too.
and then a lot of like, oh, that's great. And then a lot of like, oh, that's sad.
Yep.
You know?
A lot more of the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been awful quiet on this one, Jonah.
Well, he's
I was
only
just trying
22.
Yeah, I was just trying to take all that in. It seemed like you guys were coming
No,
from
I'm
a
just
pretty
going-
genuine place.
You got
and-
2 years to figure your life out, Jonah, before you spiral.
And I think that like, I want to give you an opportunity to talk, Jonah. But
I'm gonna let you finish, but the Jews.
we're all like, no, don't be Kanye. We're all kind of like, we're almost 24, about a quarter away there.
Nobody likes you when you're 23. Imagine when you're 24.
Right. Of how like, we're all trying to, I know this is cringe. We're all trying to be something and be someone.
Yeah.
But as each year passes,
Your opportunity to do that
dwindles. And that is a very scary thought.
And people always say, like, I've got a buddy who's 28, and we're in the same boat of, like, we have big dreams that just haven't happened yet. And I'm talking to him like, man, I'm about to be 24, and I'm not, like, I don't have a following on social media. My podcast isn't big. I'm not famous. I haven't achieved any of the things that I believe are actually the reasons for being alive.
Yeah.
That's a different issue. But
We can do a whole podcast on the meaning of success.
it's having a lot of people know who you are is the answer to that question. And if I don't have that, I'll die sad.
There you go.
But anyway, and then he was like, bro, I'm 28. And I was like, oof, I think you've lost your chance.
Go ahead, Jonah. What do you feel about all that?
I love to hear you guys talk about that kind of stuff.
Look at his 22-year-old ass.
22-year-old.
Yeah, I don't.
You can
have-
only drink for
I-
a year or 2 years.
Yeah,
You're just getting started, buddy.
well,
To be 22 again, Reed.
Man.
I've been having over the past year or something, like different changes in perspective when I look back on shit and stuff, but I don't have any of that yet of like the, I don't know, like stress of like
Time.
Yeah, there's no, I don't feel a time crunch yet.
You don't feel like you're running out of time at all. You're still
No,
going to live
in a way
forever.
I do. In a way I do. And you brought it up actually with like my life expectancy.
Jonah's family does
Right.
not have a long life expectancy.
Oh, wow.
At least everybody in my family lives to be like 100 and smokes like 2
Yeah.
packs a day. Jonah's family like is clean, lives to be like 50.
Damn.
Older than 50, but a low average.
I'm gonna
Like
go
a
with
lower than average. And when you pointed that out, I was like, wow, I mean, have I lived a third of my life already?
It's
Like,
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Any one of us could have lived all of our life starting 3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
How'd you guys know to do that?
What were you thinking?
I was just like, I was thinking, man, that was so cool. I wish I did it. Man, if I knew, I would have gone like, I would cross.
Reed, what do you need? Like, you're on your deathbed, you're 62,
Yep.
and you're like, man, I've lived a good life because of X. I
think that for a lot of people, this is something that I'm still trying to figure out is the idea of having children. I think a lot of people at the end of their life, a lot of their death wishes are about their family and their children. I'm glad I had children because my legacy carries on. I wish I spent more time with my children, and I wish that I had more time to do the things that they wanted to do with them.
Mm.
But I'm wrestling with the idea if I even want to have children. So at this moment in time, if I'm at my deathbed and I don't have children, I think that I want to see more different types of people.
Interesting.
Because I think in America we can get very like, there's a certain type of people, there's a certain type of culture, which is the American culture.
For sure.
Where
Even just the regional culture.
yeah, when you can go anywhere in the world and it's like vastly different on even how they
like
interact.
Maryland.
It's very different. But like, this is a quote that a person who I follow, I don't remember his specific name, said that America has the money but not the lifestyle. And like a lot of other countries have the lifestyle and they don't have the money.
Interesting.
Like Costa Rica, for example, a lot of people there struggle financially, but are happy.
Right.
They have the lifestyle.
Right.
And there's a lot of people in America that have a lot of money and are not happy and don't have the lifestyle.
Because we just save it, sit on it, and recycle it, and
So
toss it around,
That's
and then
something
we
I've
die.
been thinking about a lot.
Well, that's an interesting one.
Is that all related to whether or not you want to have kids, or that's you thinking about like what kind of life do I want to live?
That's kind of where I'm at right now, because I think that like
It sounds like you value relationships more than anything else.
absolutely.
And if it's not a relationship with a child, there's the relationship with your girlfriend, potentially wife at some point. And if it's not that, then it would be the people that you know, the people you meet, and the people you're able to interact with and affect.
Like, I would say that having children,
It's like a hack for happiness as far as like when you're going to die.
when you're
It's pretty much guaranteed you can be like, but I will live on.
It's also another thing that I've seen recently is like the stereotypical like happiness level of groups of ages. So when you are
like actual statistics.
like when you are 0 to 25 or 0 to 18,
It's not a very pro-choice statement, Reed.
you are typically, I mean, this is a very broad, wide statement.
Don't say happy.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
typically-
hoping like this
You're
is not the
typically
best.
you are more likely to be happier than when you're 25 to 50. Because when you're 25 to 50, the thought that we're having now of, oh my God, I'm running out of time, starts coming in.
So,
I need to do something.
so
I feel
far,
like they should break it up like 0 to 12, 12 to 25 or something. Because I feel like, 0 to 12, 100%. You just,
I
there's
agree
no
with
stress.
that. This is just more of like a general, blanket
even
thing.
all the spiral and the thought of that, still guarantee you we're doing way better than 0 to 18.
Yes.
That was not a
you're
good
right.
time.
But then, and on the other hand, who's the happiest people in the world? They're typically the elderly. Like most older people,
Not my experience with old people.
and then bad old people are significantly worse.
You know why that is, though, right?
They're running out of time.
They have no
No.
choice.
You seen the pill bottles they got? Monday.
There it is.
Thursday.
New London. They had it right.
Yeah. I just thought
Yeah.
that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Like obviously, there's a lot of people in the world. That statistic does not apply to everybody.
You know who the happiest person is going to be?
Who?
Me.
Ever?
Ever. Because I only need one thing.
What do you need?
You know what I
Attention.
mean. Attention. Fame. Just people to know me. I don't even need the money. I
That
don't even need the money.
seems like a oxymoron. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. But if I could just check that box, that's all I need.
You're not gonna be able to check the box all the time, Jeff.
No, I just need it one time. Like,
Well, you got it. You've had enough attention. You've had enough attention for a whole lifetime.
it's not enough.
People, everybody gives you their attention.
Do you
No.
want to have kids?
No, I don't.
Do you want to have kids?
Yes. Most likely. Yes. I'd probably have a. Yeah.
Well then,
I don't want to, but if my significant other wanted to, I would be willing to.
I'm gonna ask the same question to you. On your deathbed right now, what would be the most important thing, or what would you say at the end of your life?
Like, at the end of my life really is want to like look back at the accomplishments and be like, this many people watch my podcast. This many people followed me on social media. All the super toxic things that are not supposed to matter to you. For some reason, all that matters to me.
Interesting.
That's why we're a good team.
Yeah. We got the whole spectrum.
Yeah. What about you, Jonah? If you're on your hospital bed at the end of your life?
What am I thinking about? Or what's the question?
What do you like at the end
What's
of
my
your life?
primary
You're on the
concern?
hospital bed. What's the most important thing that had happened in your life? What would that be? Would it be your accomplishments? Would it be your relationships? Would it be the people you met along the way?
It would
The
probably
things that
be
you learned, the skills.
Yeah. The main thing, the main category would probably be relationships.
I want to edit mine a little bit because it's not just the like attention or the views, but it's also a lot of it is like this podcast was cool. You know, it was a product that I think was really good and it made people laugh. And so if I were to die tomorrow, I would look back like if I was like, oh, just got shot.
Yeah.
I would pull up our Instagram and find the one Instagram reel that has like 25,000. Be like, I made so many people happy. So it's not just like a vain clout thing.
Yeah.
It's like a drive for connection that I'm sure has nothing to do with my upbringing.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Mm-hmm. At least you know.
Yeah. That's why I passed therapy.
You beat therapy.
I beat therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I went one time and she said, "You're good."
That's a good question, though.
Yeah.
Deathbed.
I'm just gonna delete that off my list.
Are you scared of dying?
We're gonna get real deep for a second.
Real deep on the end of the podcast.
Yeah, this is the very end as well. If you were to ask me this 4 years ago, no, I'm not scared
Right.
because I'm going to heaven. But if you ask me today, and I don't know if heaven is real,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of scary. I don't believe that I'm gonna go to hell,
Right. It's very interesting.
but I mean, I don't remember what I was like before I was born. So if death's like that, then there's nothing to be scared of.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Jonah?
Up until starting in high school,
Mm-hmm.
up until like a year or two ago, it was a hard why would you be scared of that? No. No, I'm not scared of it all. It'll happen when it happens. But over the past year or two, there's something something has become unsettled. Or something's unsettling about it, the thought of it. And I think it's it might be stress around well, what if I don't get this done before I die? Or what if all these things aren't done by the time I die? But yeah, a little bit. I think I had I probably almost got hit by a car or something over the past year or two, or almost got in an accident, and then I realized I could have died right then, and that's when it started a little bit.
Yeah.
Where it's it's not totally cool.
I had a similar reaction when I got my appendix taken out. 'Cause I never
I remember that.
gone under surgery before, and I was so as soon as they put the anesthesia in me, it's lights out, guaranteed. It would be me. That just makes sense because again, main character syndrome. But as a Christian, I'm of course not really scared of death, but intrusive thought, terrified. It's the first thing I think about every morning when I wake up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think about it often.
Actually, this morning I woke up and said, you know what? I should start drop shipping. So, progress.
There you go.
Is that progress?
No. But I do believe in heaven, and I think I'm 100% sure that's what's real and that's where I'm going to go. But intrusive thought is always what if you're wrong? What if the Jews are right?
Can't be Kanye though.
Why do you keep doing that?
Guys, I've been listening to so much Kanye stuff.
It's a whole thing.
How do you feel about
We're not going to get into it right now.
For the record, these are Kanye jokes, not Jew jokes.
Do you have a list of Kanye jokes?
No, just all off dome.
Really? Because you keep looking at
I'm looking at the time.
Oh, gotcha.
I think we're ready. I'm ready to call it there.
Well, that was great, guys. We can
Yeah.
be serious sometimes.
that was just a little
Just a little
taste of
little
you know,
taste. We got
what
a
might
pretty-
be coming later
We got
on.
a pretty serious one coming up in 2 weeks, right?
I don't know.
Possibly.
Possibly, yeah.
The ex-girlfriend episode.
Yep.
That might be a
That's-
serious
That's
one.
actually gonna be
That
great.
is not serious. That is just
My turn serious.
I'm
entertainment.
gonna make it turn serious.
You
that's
should. You
that's my
should.
role in this podcast.
I love it.
and
I
I'm
love
gonna
it.
try and get some laughs.
Well, I
Do
mean,
the outro, Jeff.
we have a question, but like I think we should skip it again. It just doesn't feel right.
Here's the thing.
Damn.
Outro.
What's our outro? If we don't do
I
a
don't-
question.
Oh.
Shit, I don't know.
Send us your questions.
thank
we
you.
won't answer them. I guess we don't want to.
We're gonna do 2 questions next week. Oh wait, we pre-recorded next week. We're gonna do 2 questions in 3 weeks. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I am Squish,
I'm Marbles.
I'm Stretch.
and we are serious sometimes. Make sure you check us out on TikTok, Instagram. Send us an email here to ask us some questions. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And hey, think about death. It's gonna happen.
Everybody's gonna die.
Might be tomorrow. Might be right now. Might be too late. It might be right now.
Could be.
Right now. It's happening. Heart attack. Heart attack. Heart attack.